Hello students, welcome to Don Bosco PU College, Chitradurga. So, in the previous class, we discussed the biology a bridge course, chapters like digestion and absorption. Second, exchange of gases, breathing and exchange of gases. Third, body fluid and its circulation. Fourth, excretory products and their elimination. Now, in this class, we are going to discuss one more bridge course chapter in human physiology called as chemical coordination and integration. In this chapter, we are going to discuss majorly endocrine glands and their hormones. Second one is the mechanism of hormone action. First of all, we know that what is meant by glands. Glands are secreting organs or secreting tissues. There are two types of glands are there. One is endocrine gland, another is exocrine gland. The endocrine gland, the gland which do not having any duct. Duct means a tube-like structure. Exocrine glands, they have a duct. The endocrine gland secrete the chemical secretion. Such chemical secretions are called hormones. The exocrine gland secrete the chemical secretion. Such chemical secretions are called enzymes. The endocrine glands, what they secrete the hormones, those are directly they enter into the bloodstream without any duct. The exocrine gland secrete the chemical secretions called enzymes through the duct into the blood. This is about endocrine gland and exocrine gland. When you come to the endocrine glands, here chemical coordination and integration. So the whole body is under the control and coordination of nervous system, one majorly. The nervous system is fast but short-lived. The second one is endocrine gland system. The nervous system and endocrine gland system both are able to control and coordinate all over the body processes, body activities, body functions. Then, what is meant by hormones? The hormone definition is the hormones are non-nutritional chemicals which act as intercellular messengers and are produced in trace amount. So the endocrine secrete the hormones. Those hormones is enter into the blood and reach to the specific organ. Such organ is called as a target organ. When the hormone reach to the specific or target organ, then the target organ perform the function. So before going to know about the endocrine gland and their hormones, first we are going to know about the hypothalamus. It is a basal part of the diencephalon, nothing but forebrain. It contains several group of neurosecretory cells called nuclei which produce the hormones. These hormones regulate the synthesis and secretory activity of pituitary gland. There are two types of hormones. One is releasing hormone, second one is inhibiting hormone. The releasing hormone which stimulate the secretion of pituitary hormone. Second one, inhibiting hormone which inhibit the secretion of pituitary hormone. For example, gonadotropin releasing hormone from hypothalamus stimulate the pituitary gland to release the gonadotropins. Somatostatin from the hypothalamus inhibits the secretion of growth hormone from the pituitary gland. In this way, the two hormones we are going to see. When come to the first one, pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is also called as master gland because the two reasons we call it is a master gland. One reason, it secretes number of hormones compared to the other glands, endocrine glands. Second reason, it directly or indirectly control and coordinate other endocrine glands, hormones. So, it is a master gland. It is a P-shaped structure. PEA, P-shaped structure located in the hypothalamus region. Pituitary gland located specifically a bony cavity called as sella turcica and is attached to the hypothalamus by a stalk called infundibulum. Then, anatomically or structurally, the pituitary gland is divided into two parts. One is adenohypophysis, another called neurohypophysis. When come to the first one, adenohypophysis. Adenohypophysis consists two portions. One, pars distalis, second, pars intermediate. When come to the pars distalis, it is an anterior pituitary. It secretes the a list of hormone. One is GH, growth hormone, LH, luteinizing hormone, PRL, prolactin hormone, FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone. The 6 hormones produced by pars distalis or anterior pituitary gland. Then the second part, pars intermedia or intermediate. It produces the one hormone called MSH. MSH, melanocyte stimulating hormone. Then the second part of pituitary gland is neurohypophysis. The neurohypophysis produces or secretes the two hormones. One is oxytocin, another called as vasopressin. Vasopressin is also called as ADH, antidiuretic hormone. Neurohypophysis is also known as pituitary gland, posterior pituitary gland. It having a one region called pars nervosa. Pars nervosa. So this is about the anatomical or the structural parts and portion of the pituitary glands. Pituitary glands. So next we are move on to a study of one by one gland called as a endocrine glands. First one, pituitary gland. In the pituitary gland, we are going to study one by one hormones. First one, growth hormone. Growth hormone regulates the normal growth of the body. So, if over secretion or hyper secretion of growth hormone leads a disease called gigantism, especially in the child. In the child age, if the growth hormone secrete more or over in condition, it causes a disease called gigantism. Then if the hyposecretion of growth hormone leads to dwarfism in the child age. Second one, second one called as a prolactin, lutotrophic hormone. One more name is lutotrophic hormone. It regulates the growth of mammary gland, stimulates the formation of milk in the mammary gland. Third is third one is TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. It stimulates the synthesis and secretion of thyroid hormone from the thyroid gland. Then LH, luteinizing hormone. In the male, the luteinizing hormone stimulates the synthesis and secretion of hormones called androgen from testes. In female, the luteinizing hormone induces ovulation of fully mature Graafian follicles. The luteinizing hormone maintain the corpus luteum in the female. Then the FSH hormone. In male, FSH hormone along with androgen regulate the spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis, the process in which formation of sperm. Then the FSH hormone regulates the development of ovarian follicle. Next one, ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone. It stimulates the synthesis and secretion of adrenal gland hormones, especially the glucocorticoids and mineralocorticoids. So these are the hormones of pars distalis in the adenohypophysis. Next, the MSH, melanocyte stimulating hormone. This hormone majorly acts on melanocytes. That is, it maintains the pigmentation of skin. The MSH hormone comes in the pars intermedia. Then next, the neurohypophyseal hormone or posterior pituitary gland hormone. First one, oxytocin. It acts on smooth muscles of body and stimulates the contraction process. Especially in female, it stimulates the vigorous contraction of uterus at the time of childbirth. So, the oxytocin is commonly called as childbirth hormone. Then, it stimulates the contraction of smooth muscles of mammary gland, causes milk ejection. Here, then, this is a oxytocin. Second one, vasopressin, is also called as ADH, antidiuretic hormone. It acts on kidney, stimulates the active reabsorption of water and electrolytes to lead the concentration of urine and reduce the loss of water. Here, the prolactin hormone is also called as a milk hormone because this hormone stimulates the formation of milk in the mammary gland. Then oxytocin is a birth hormone because it majorly plays its role in the time of childbirth. So this is about a pituitary gland and their hormones. Next, when we are moving on to the gland, one more gland called pineal gland. This gland located on the dorsal side of forebrain it secretes the hormone called melatonin. This melatonin hormone plays important role in sleep awakening or diurnal cycle. That means in the night time the human beings are able to sleep and the daytime they are able to active. Such a sleep cycle is controlled maintained by this melatonin hormone. Okay. This melatonin hormone in the female influences the menstruation cycle, as well as in both male and female it influences the body defense capability. It controls the pigmentation also. Then thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is located in the trachea below the larynx. Below the larynx. The thyroid gland secretes the majorly two hormones. One is a thyroxine or tetraiodothyronine. Second one called as a triiodothyronine. Tetraiodothyronine or thyroxine is commonly called as T4. Triiodothyronine is called as a T3 hormone. T3 hormone. The thyroxine hormone is commonly called as a personality hormone because it maintains the body personality. In dietary deficiency of iodine leads to the enlargement of thyroid gland called goiter. Hypothyroidism during the pregnancy causes defective development and maturation of growing baby, leading to a condition called cretinism in the child. The cretinism is characterized by symptoms like stunted growth, mental retardation, low intelligence quotient, abnormal skin, deaf mutism, pot-bellied, and dribbling saliva. In adult women, the hypothyroidism may cause irregular menstrual cycle. The oversecretion of thyroid hormone is called hyperthyroidism. Then the functions of thyroid hormone. It regulates majorly basal metabolic rate, support the formation of RBCs, maintain water and electrolyte balance. Okay, so these are the major functions of thyroid hormones. Next gland called as a parathyroid gland. The four parathyroid glands are present on the backside of the thyroid gland. The parathyroid gland secretes a peptide hormone, parathyroid hormone or parathormone. This parathormone regulated by blood calcium level, and it increases the blood calcium level called hypercalcemia. It stimulates the resorption of bone, nothing but the demineralization. Then last one, the thymus gland. A lobular structure located on the dorsal side of the heart and the aorta is called thymus gland. It plays very important role in development of immune system. It secretes the one hormone called thymosin. This thymosin play important role in differentiation of T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes, especially the T lymphocytes which provide the immunity power. Okay, then this thymosin is commonly known as throne of immunity. So this is about the thymus gland. In the next class, we are going to discuss remaining endocrine glands like adrenal glands, which are located above the kidneys, then a mixed gland or dual gland or heterocrine gland called pancreas. There are hormones like insulin and glucagon. Next one is gonads, like testes and ovaries, togetherly called as gonads, because the testes and ovary basically or male and female sex organ. Apart from the secretion of male and female sex gamete, they are also able to secrete the a male and female sex hormones. So the testes and ovaries we also called as a gonads. Apart from this one, there are some minute hormones or hormones produced by heart, kidney, gastrointestinal tract. Lastly, what the endocrine glands secrete the hormones, those hormones, how they are able to act, specifically a target organ. That concept we are going to study, mechanism of hormonal action. Mechanism of hormonal action. Okay, so in the previous class, the list of remaining endocrine glands and their respective list of hormones, their hormonal functions, we are going to discuss one by one. Okay, thank you.